Every time.
It's time you laugh before we go live.
How'd you like that intro?
We're live.
I hope everybody likes the intro. We worked hard on that intro.
Mm-hmm.
The camera needs to. There you go. Is that better?
Seems fine.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hi.
Everybody pause like the camera stopped working. Anyhow, what's up, everybody? What's up? So today we're going live with something exciting. We're going to be talking to Bonnie Simon.
Hey.
Bonnie Simon is our top salesperson. She's been with me for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
I thought it was over 4 years. I put over 4 years in the description.
No, we've known each other for more than 4 years, but I didn't actually come here until my first day was January 1st, 2019.
What?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't actually come in. I just counted as my first day. It was New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
You know.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Woohoo!
We'll be off that day, Bonnie,
I know.
but we'll celebrate in spirit.
We'd like to celebrate my work anniversary by taking the day off. I'm okay with that.
That's a good way to celebrate.
Yeah.
We also have Christy Heckman here as the
Hello.
operations manager of Autosearch USA. She handles a lot. Title work, a lot of marketing, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of HR stuff. What else do you manage?
You.
Me.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's absolutely right.
What did you just say you did for me?
What did I just say I did for you?
Yes, it's actually super important. Like, you keep me focused
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
because I would work on 50 different things. And
I always
Finish any of them,
joke because
yeah.
all the tabs that are open, which that's normal, that's not weird. But he has to click on every single one of them. About every 5 minutes, he has to click through all the tabs
it's
And-
like an addiction.
and look at everything. Nothing's changed. He's got to click on
Sometimes I find things to do in there.
Sometimes.
them.
This is a good kind of job for people who do that. Like I used to do that when I was in IT, but it's bad for people in IT because you've got to focus for a long time and like build this like whole mental structure of what you're doing. And if you stop and look through all your tabs, the structure collapses.
Yeah.
So, but for sales, you really never know when somebody's gonna send you an email. Or, you
That's
know,
true.
It's
can
always about what's
respond a
next.
lot.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
why I don't
Yeah.
have that kind of brain. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's
That's
why
why
I
I'm
like
not
it.
in. I'm not in sales. 'cause
Right.
We're working on that.
No, thank you.
You know, we need a good operations manager. we could find more salespeople if we need them. That's
Well, this interview is all about Bonnie today. We're going to interview her and talk to her about. We just got about 5 or 6 questions and learn more about her and how her journey is going here. She has told me and Christy that this is the best job she's ever had.
I love this job. Yeah. That's-
We're not making it up. Like,
no,
she
it's
loves
true.
it.
I really do love this job.
And I think it's important that we always all keep learning. Like, I'm learning from you and the rest of the team. Like, I'm not just here directing and teaching. I have my skill set, but it doesn't encompass everything.
No, well, that I guess that's an important thing when you're managing salespeople. It's like herding cats. You got
Yeah,
to be open to the herd.
I would say herding pumas.
Pumas, of course.
Wow.
Because cats, you can just put them back in the box. These
Right.
guys are like pumas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're jumping around.
Big
Yes.
and- yeah, it's true. And sometimes we're a little dangerous.
Yeah.
But
And they cost you money. They're really expensive.
yes,
Pumas
that's
are
also
really
true.
expensive.
Pumas are
Wow.
expensive.
Who knew?
Believe that.
Who knew?
Who knew?
So as we go through this, guys, if you have any comments, or if you have any questions for Bonnie, put it in the comments and we'll ask her while we're live. If not, we'll get back to you later. But let's get started. Let's get right into it. How did you get started in this business?
Well, so the story goes that so I started out actually as a computer scientist. I worked for a big insurance company working in their IT department for 10 years. And in 2008, my husband passed away. We had been both working for the same company in Cleveland. And I didn't want to stay. So I got them to transfer me to Colorado Springs. And I just didn't work there that much longer. Like I quit. I just felt like I wasn't interested in the job anymore. So I felt like I was stealing from the company. So I quit. And I did a lot of different things over about 8 years that I didn't have a regular job. I worked for the farmer's market. I wrote a blog. I did different things. But then I got into network marketing, and I discovered that I really like sales, but I didn't like the part where you build a team. And I also thought, if I could sell something bigger, I'd probably make more money. which is true.
Mhm.
That and then actually the end part of that story is, I don't know if you remember, but I was like doing some kind of live about sales, and at the end I said something like, so what do you guys think about sales? I don't mean like used car sales. And Ronnie
I was
commented,
on the live.
Yeah, he was on
I
the
was
live.
on the live watching her.
Why were you on the
I
live?
was just scrolling through Facebook at my
Because I'm
desk.
You are-
fascinating.
But no.
We were friends from BNI.
Oh,
Like, I met her at
okay.
BNI.
I didn't know there was that connection.
We were at a training.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
Kelly was leading the training.
I see.
We were there
that's
and we
right.
met
And
each
then
other.
We had an argument there, so like
Mhm.
set the stage for that. Anyway, so Ronnie commented, I'm a used car salesman, and so I called him to apologize.
How funny.
She did.
Yeah, that and in the process of conversation, you commented that you were hiring. I think because I told you the story about how I had bought a car from a broker after 20 years of not buying a car, and I thought to myself at the time, like, I don't think I want another job. But if I needed a job, I think I would like working as an auto broker. And so by the time we had talked about it, I thought it actually would have been a really cool job. So when you offered me the job, I don't know if you remember this either, but you said you thought it was going to take me a long time to decide. But I had already decided that this was the only job I was really interested in,
wow.
and like all the
Okay.
jobs that there are out there. So I, of course I took it. I just, just like don't think about things. You got to talk to the cats first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah,
And Ronnie
Yeah.
said, Christy, you're going to love her. She has chickens.
Yeah. And
because
you do.
you had chickens
I
at the
had
time.
chickens at
Mhm.
the time.
They both had chicken coops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I still have chickens,
Yes.
but you don't.
I
It's very sad.
don't.
they're a lot of work, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you get started in the business.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
So Bonnie's the only one in the office with a master's degree, right? And
Yeah, I believe so.
was a computer scientist.
Yeah.
So
It's computer
today,
scientist.
Kristen and I wrote code.
That's right. You did. That's
We changed it. So we changed the H1 tag to H3.
ooh.
So I replaced
And we
two
said- we said-
ones with threes.
That's right.
And it changed
Figured
the
it out
size.
all on our own.
We're coding now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
no big deal.
That's a lot what it's like now. I mean, in the old days, it was like learning a different language. And my favorite was to work on the Unix machines because it was so like basic. It was literally like learning a very basic language. It was kind of fun. But now
Okay.
I don't want to do it anymore. It's,
Right.
It's too much alone and too much staring at a computer.
Okay, well, if you guys got questions about how she joined here, get with her. Let's go with the next one. What major challenges did you have in 22?
So in 2022, I would say it was a continuation of the challenges that I faced since 2020. The story of that is that I was doing great, and actually I just went through all the files. Like I was really doing well in 2019 for a first year salesperson who'd never sold cars. 2020 came along. I did great in January. I did great in February.
We went to Zoom.
And then everything crashed, and so I like really struggled for a year and a half.
Mhm.
And so in 2022, my biggest challenge was making the decision to do what I needed to do, which was to hire coaches and develop a better process that like, I think I had learned. It's not that I don't learn from Ronnie. I definitely do. I've learned a lot from Ronnie, but I needed to be able to codify it, like to document it so I could remember it from car to car and how to, and then I needed in my mind, I needed one focus. So I wouldn't say, like, I didn't need necessarily how to be an auto broker coaching. I needed how to be an entrepreneur, like how to, it's not even how to be an entrepreneur. It's like how to be a person who can remember things. That's really kind of what I needed.
You needed to work on your system.
I needed to work on my system. Yeah. So I hired a couple of coaches and I'm working out that system. And so my challenge has sort of turned into a goal. What I'd like to be able to do is take that system and test it out on other people, because sales is like, I love, one of the things that I'm always interested in is other women, because I've always worked in male dominated fields. So I'm always interested in how, like, there's a lot of women who don't work in male dominated fields not because they're not talented or not because they couldn't do the job, but because they don't feel comfortable.
Mhm.
And what I'd like to be able to do is to bring other women into this office, because I think it's a great place for women to work. It's a great job for a woman. It's a very social job. It's a job that a lot of women I think would enjoy. And I would really like to be able to bring in more women to come and work with us. That there's a huge opportunity, and it can be a very lucrative job if you're willing to put in the time and learn how to do it. So that was my biggest challenge. And I guess that's what's turned into a goal.
You're right. They in this field, they might not look just like me, but they are men. It's dominated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, finding more people that look like you or women, it's a great way. We can't advertise for that, right? I don't know if I could say it on Facebook.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that lots of people can participate.
Yeah. It's a very, I mean, everyone has their community and everyone has friends. And sales, I always find it so interesting because when you talk about sales, people are like, oh, I can never be a salesperson. I'm not salesy. And it's like, you don't have to be salesy, but you have to be as helpful. So a lot of people are helpful and they have their communities. I think there's a feeling among people, a lot of people, that like it's not okay to make money out of being helpful. But that's exactly what sales is. And it's perfectly fine to make money from it. I mean, where else are you going to earn money if you can't do it being helpful? That's the essence of the whole thing, that
Finding solutions, right?
finding solutions. You provide value, like real value, and then you get compensated for that. That's the whole idea of work and making money. But a lot of people seem to feel uncomfortable with it, and that's something else that I'd like to kind of work out of people.
You want to push that bar now, huh?
Yeah,
Because I felt like that was me for the longest time, for the
Yeah.
first couple of years when you were here.
maybe so.
You
I
know,
told you I learned a lot from you.
you had a lot of I can'ts, and I don't think I can'ts. Like, this is how we're getting Christy into sales too.
Gosh.
Inch by inch.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
Oh wow! We're gonna go with Bonnie to the eWomen Network next month.
Right. That's
What?
No,
they have
she's
good desserts. That's
well. That's a great challenge that you face. So let's
Mhm.
go to the next one. How do you overcome setbacks? You had a major one in 2020, but
oh.
you pick your
Yeah.
setback. Don't let me pick it for you. But how do you overcome setbacks?
Well, so I used to be a problem manager in the IT world. And I mean, the process there is like we'd have some sort of enormous problem, like the company would lose $1 million every day or something like that.
Mm.
And so my job was to like convene all of the relevant, the people that were involved in the system and get them to like sit down and figure out how we were going to solve the problem. And then once the problem was solved, we would go back and we'd have another meeting called a postmortem where we would be trying to figure out how we could have prevent this from happening again. I actually think that's the most useful system in the world. Like you go back and you're like, okay, I had this setback, something went wrong. Is there anything I could have done differently? And you've like figured that out, and then you move on. You don't like hang on to it. You don't like flagellate yourself over the setback or whatever caused it or whatever you might have done to
Right.
cause it. And I have a thing on my phone that I think everyone should have it. It says, and it reminds me every day, that all of the energy that you spend worrying about things that could happen or things that have happened in the past is actually literally stolen from the energy you could be using to make good things happen today,
It's a literal statement.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so easy to worry or so easy to fret. And I'm really good at fretting over things. Like I can hang on to things, but I like that reminder of it's like, okay, you could worry about this now, or you could do something useful today. And that philosophy has served me very well.
Yeah.
And,
Love it.
That's
I like that too.
Yeah, that's how I sleep at night sometimes.
Yeah, I think you find yourself worrying. Your faith is being challenged, right?
Yeah.
Your faith in yourself or higher power, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
But sales requires a lot of faith,
Yes, sales requires a lot
like
of
an
faith.
unbelievable
Yeah.
amount,
Being
really.
an entrepreneur requires
Yeah,
Being
in
an
general,
entrepreneur
it does
requires a lot of
require
faith.
I mean, for those of you who don't know, Christy's family owns Lost Island and
Yep. Get your
Gold
tickets.
Goldmine, and that it takes a lot of faith that you have to be able to sleep at night and you have to be able to believe that things are going to be okay. So it's in a funny way, like sales is it's not just sales. It's not just selling things. It's just being helpful. It's also this sort of journey of self-discovery where you figure out how you're going to be the kind of person who can sleep at night, even when things seem to be going badly. Otherwise it'd be miserable. At least I guess all sales. I mean, even if you work for a big company or something and you get paid regularly, it would still be miserable because you'd always be embarrassed.
I find that liberating, though.
Liberating?
Yes,
Tell me
because
about that.
because that's what life is. Like, I actually take it a step further. It's
Mhm.
like I'm always constantly fretting and worrying and whatever. It's just over the years you realize nobody needs to see this, especially you guys. Like, if I don't think we're gonna make it a month or whatever's going
Mhm.
wrong or the car broke down, it's always something going
yeah,
on.
but what about that faith that everything is going to work itself out? Like it's all going.
I think
I
it's-
can figure out how to make this okay, or that God's gonna take care of it. Everything is always okay.
Well, yeah, and I think it's you have to quantify that though. It's not always going to work out the way you wanted it to.
No, it's gonna work.
But
one way or
it is
another,
going to be okay.
Right.
we've seen it happen here a million times. Like
we have.
it's gonna work out. Maybe not the way we wanted it to, but
No, that's
it's gonna work out.
I used to lie awake nights when so it was the timeline is that I came to Colorado, I bought a house, I quit my job, and there were nights that I would lie awake like, oh my gosh, how am I, what if I can't pay the mortgage? What if I lose my house? What if I end up living under a bridge?
Under a bridge, she's talked about that for years.
Did you know anybody here?
No.
Yeah,
I moved here sight unseen. I had never been here.
That
was very brave.
It was
that's super brave.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're miserable is the time to make those kinds of changes. I mean, my husband had just died. I didn't want to stay in Colorado or in Cleveland rather, and and like see his ghost everywhere. So I figured I'll just the company was sending people to Colorado. I'm like, just go to Colorado.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. I love it here. But I never would have done it if I if I hadn't had that miserable situation to propel me.
It's a catalyst.
It's a catalyst. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, what's the next question? Let's see here. We went through how do you overcome setbacks? What was the final solution? If you could wrap it up in one sentence, how do you overcome setbacks? You said is having a lot of faith.
Review and let it go.
Review and let it go.
Review and let it go. Review and have the faith and let it go.
Review, let it go. Have faith it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. This is one you should like. Now, hold on. So Bonnie started working here for a year. She's like, I'm going to sleep under the bridge. Then we went to COVID and she's like, I'm just going under the bridge now.
Right.
My house is close to one on Fillmore.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pull over right here and sleep under the bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
They were tough times.
You don't need that type of uplifting anymore. Like, you notice that? Like, I don't have to uplift her that way anymore. Like, it's going to be okay. No, she's telling us.
You're a different person.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's lifting us up during the meetings.
Oh, good.
So,
I'm having a good time. I'm really.
I think I was going to lead into like Bonnie has become more of a not working here. You've also opened up other doors for yourself.
Yeah.
So remember when she just said, I don't know if I can pay the mortgage, this and that and the other. Well, she bought another house for the sole reason of renting it out. And tell us about that and what you love most about being an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah, because, I can't keep things the same for more than 25 minutes. That I bought another house last year for just to rent it out. And I had figured out a way to actually make money from the beginning. And it's more or less worked out. I got to get better at it. But I think what I like about being an entrepreneur, I mean, besides the fact that nobody can really tell me what to do, I enjoy the process of like making things work.
Puzzles?
It's like a puzzle. Yeah. It's like a giant puzzle. It's like an engineering problem, but without having to stare at the computer all the time. That I like that, because we never actually really talked about this. Like I never mentioned it, but like I always knew from the moment I came in that at some point I would absorb and absorb and absorb what you were trying to teach me. And at some point I would like take it and rearrange it to make it my own.
That's what has to happen.
Yeah, I think that is what has to happen. And so maybe that's what the coaches have been helping me do it, is to rearrange it and make it my own. But I love that process. And the fact that it took it took more than 3 years for me to do it here. Like what that tells me is that this was a really good job.
We don't have to count the 1 year though, 2020.
No, even 2020, because I mean, in 2020 I learned a lot. Like I learned about for one, I learned well, what are we going to do if something like that happens again?
Right now, looking back, it was fun. It was fun figuring it out.
Well, it was fun for you. I was worried about the bridge, but that was.
I was having fun.
Well, good. So what happens is that like you take a job and you think, okay, well, this is going to be a good job because it's got good benefits, or there's going to be, a certain salary or whatever. But in my mind, the longer I have to be the village idiot, that's what I always say. So when you take a new job, you have to be willing to be the village idiot in order to really absorb and learn the job. You have to be willing to ask questions and to not know things in order to be coachable. So the fact that I had to be the village idiot for so long tells me that this was a good job for me, because I like puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
I like a puzzle that takes like a long time to figure out. And
then
I can like take it and rearrange it and then do something else with it. Like my idea about bringing women in to work with us.
Yes.
And, I love that. So plus I get to spend most of my time being a professional friend.
Mm-hmm.
I go out, I have coffee, I bring people together, we have parties. I mean, what more could a person want?
Bonnie's such a good friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, how would you sum it up into one word then? What's your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
Coffee.
Having coffee with friends. Okay. A sentence. Having coffee with friends. She likes being able, her job is going out to have friends, and then when her friends are in need, she provides them with cars.
Yeah, like I'm
Or
like
solutions.
that, with solution. Like I'm that friend that, like everybody has. Well, hopefully everybody has a friend who helps them, with their whatever problem they're having. That in my case, it's like how to buy a car. It just happens that I can sell you the car.
Yeah.
But even if I can't, I'm happy to help. I just enjoy the helping.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's it. I enjoy the helping. Maybe that's the sentence.
Did you have a question for her before we go to the next one? You sure?
Questions?
I don't think so.
No.
Like separate from these?
Yeah.
No.
We thought we saw one go by there.
Oh, maybe I had something I lost. It's gone, folks.
We're dragging Christy on the lives, man. Before you know it, she's gonna run them.
Oh boy.
All right, Bonnie, tell us your favorite success story.
Oh gosh. I should have thought about this more earlier. My favorite success story.
Doesn't have to be here.
Oh, I guess that's true. But I know there's like really good ones. And of course, when you ask me, I can't think of a single one. Isn't it funny how that works?
We've stumped Bonnie.
You have. I mean, I've had lots of success stories. I've had some really good ones where I was able to get people out of cars they didn't like by using the equity in the car that they had and get them into a car that they did like. I mean, that like it always makes me happy because then the person is like, this is so much better and I'm so happy now.
You figured out a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of math. But I can do math. I was in computers. That I passed all my classes, and then there was one lady who came in one time that I remember, and like she didn't have a lot of money for a car, and she knew what she wanted, and we knew what would be good for her, and one just happened to come in. Like we traded for one, and she's driving that car. She said she's been really happy with it.
And there you go.
Yeah, it's just like nice when I'm able to help people with stuff like that.
The next one requires thought.
Okay.
What are your next 5 business moves? We talk about it all the time. You notice that she's now sharing videos with me from my favorite person.
Yes. Yeah, even late at night.
Oh yeah,
even late at
like
night,
10:54. I'm like, yes.
Wait a second.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
I looked at that. I had already seen it.
Oh, okay.
But I looked at it. I was like, look at this.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Self-development,
Yeah, well, that video was about working during the holidays. And so for me, though, it's funny because, we had our own holidays. We had all the Jewish holidays. And then we just went right into all of the other holidays.
Yeah.
So not only can I not continue to eat all the cookies, but for me, it's a good time. It's a good time to be working because I don't have to prepare anything. I love Christmas. I don't have to do anything. And everything's pretty and it's sparkly and there's nice music and people are nice to me. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So I will be working. So, if you know people who are looking for cars and they're finding that it's hard to find somebody to help them, I'm totally available because that is what I am doing during the month of November, December, just like all year. But that's
let me dress it up a little bit for her. So what she's saying is this time of year, what I've been preaching around the office too. But we'll give the credit to the video.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke, guys. Don't worry about it. So, but anyhow, we feel that this time of year, starting what did he say in the video? The 6 weeks, the week before Thanksgiving. That's 6 weeks to the end of the year. Everybody goes on vacation. Everybody stops, and then come January, February, they complain about the slowdown or the dip or whatever. And we find it's the time to ramp it up. Like we crank it up. We go out and see what else can we do. What kind of strategy can we employ and what can we do to make sure that we're not going to have those slowdowns?
Right.
And so when they finally bought into it, I was very, very happy.
Yeah, when we finally bought
into it. Yes, I've been.
You said you were leaving for Christmas next week.
I did say that today.
Yeah, you're like, I'm off for 2 weeks. That's what everybody does during this time of year.
I didn't.
My kids are out of school. I'm done. No, we're not going to do that. So, all right. So your first business move is you're not going to slow down.
Right. Well, I guess you're right. First business move. So I'm not going to slow down. But the second one is to. So I've got this system now. Is to take the system and test it because you have to test everything. That's something I learned from IT. Once the system is all worked out and tested, so that would be number 2. And so number 3 would be to bring someone in to give it a shot.
This system she's talking about is, so what we've done here at Autosearch is I'm trying to, it took me about 7 years to become what I would call myself some level of success, right? Like, okay, I'm people ask me that, how long before you knew this was going to work? And I was like, well, about 7 years for me. Started from zero. We had no internet. It was tough. I didn't have any systems. So what we're trying to do is speed that time up for people like Bonnie and the next person here by letting them hire people underneath them. So if you're one of Bonnie's friends and you're looking to make extra money, part-time or full-time, you want to invest more money and you need a stream of income. We have a way to show you how to do that. And a lot of it you can do from home. So this is what she's talking about. Like she's finally ready to start bringing someone in under her.
Yeah, because I said at the beginning of the year, I'm like, well, first I got to get my own house in order. And so I think I got the house in order.
2 of them.
2 houses?
Yes.
That's right. I do have 2 houses in order. You're right. But the best part of the system is that the beginning of it is really just builds on this idea of being a friend.
Yeah.
That is just it's a lot of being a friend. So for a sociable person, it's a good way to start looking at bringing in more income. And I meet a lot of people who need to make more money. So this is one of the reasons I'm so interested in this. Okay, so then we're going to test the system with somebody else. Once we've got it settled, then I go out and try to find more people who will be able to do this. And finally, I don't know what the 5th move is. I don't think that far ahead.
Gotta work on that.
I'm a little impulsive, I guess.
Was that 5? I mean,
No, that was 4.
Yeah.
It was
that was
5?
4?
No, it was 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're expecting Bonnie to come back live and tell us about the 5th one by the time she's here 4 years, January 2nd.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, give me another year and I'll come up with a 5th one. That took me that long to get this far.
All right. Well, great. I love the answers. I'm happy that you're here. I'm glad that you found your way on this journey with us as a team. This is my core group here, guys. These guys have been with me for almost 5 years. Almost 4 years. Marcus has been here how long? Almost 2?
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Right. So, and we just kicked off 401k that's going to start here for all the team.
Yeah, I'm excited.
January 15th. Yeah. Yeah. So that's another benefit for bringing people on part-time.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the part-time people. Yeah, they qualify for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it vests in 2 years, but you can start right away with investing. So,
yeah, you can. That's going to be good.
I think it is.
I think that work is really important. And in the past few years, the value and the importance of work and how you contribute to the community by working it hasn't been front and center like it ought to be. And I bring this up because I want people to know that like you don't just have to like go to your job and just make money and be bored and not make enough and be frustrated about it. Like there are ways to contribute to the community with your labor, with your work, and have a lot of income potential that you can control in a way that you can't when you're working for somebody else, that when you're working for like a corporation. And I mean, I would just really like to see more people try it.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I think the next video would make for our little landing pages. She'll be the spokesman instead of me.
I told you I was
and then,
fascinating.
well, the thing is, like we can test it because I've been running my little ads, and now we'll run yours. We'll test it.
That sounds good.
All right, Christy, come up with 2 questions to ask Bonnie before we get off the air.
Oh my word! So before we went live, Ronnie, like within like probably what was it, 10 minutes beforehand, he's like, "You're gonna be on there too." And now I got to come up with 2 questions.
And then he says to her, "Do you need to go get some lipstick?"
So you got chapstick.
Chapstick.
That's
what we're getting, guys. We've been working on a lot of stuff today, and then this was like the last thing.
That's true.
But okay, it's time. You're live.
That's a lot of pressure. 2
You have questions. You know Bonnie very well. You guys are friends.
I do know Bonnie very well. But it has to be about work?
No, it could be about anything.
Mr. Pickles or
See, that's what's more fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, ask her what you want to know.
Let's see. You said your cat's not doing well again.
Oh yeah, he was bleeding when I went home. I went home to change because I was wearing a party dress and I didn't want to come in a party dress. And So his little mouth bleeds because he
Oh,
gets
no.
lesions.
Is this
in
from his tooth
gums.
extractions?
No, it's from like he has some kind of food allergy, and apparently it can take several months to get the food out of the
I
bad
see.
food out of his system. So I let him get away with not taking his prednisone for 2 days, and now he's bleeding again. So I had to give him. And he gets pain medicine. And then he's a
Oh.
little woozy, but he's cute.
Okay.
So it's
That's
okay.
pickles.
I know that, and I still have to give him the prednisone because he wouldn't. He's pretty wriggly when he doesn't want something.
Mhm.
Like, why do they give me such a hard time? I'm trying to help him. Why is he making it so hard?
Is it an oral pill?
Yeah,
You gotta
it's like
find out here.
squash it and put it in water, and then I just squirt it into his mouth. It's the only way to get
Yeah.
it in. I went before I used to give him the whole pill, and then I found like a whole stack of pills
Oh, yeah.
behind the chair.
They're magical what they can do.
Yeah,
How
yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So he
That's
takes
how
this.
Teddy used to be with his epilepsy pill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ would do that with his little green pill. Like he would eat, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's gone," and I'd walk off and come back, and nothing else in the bowl but the green pill.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is that even possible?
But Jesse's a dog, isn't he?
No, JJ. It was JJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
JJ.
like he's just
Yes,
gorging
a
his
dog.
food.
Oh,
Dog, big lab, but like,
yeah.
I can't believe he did that.
That's impressive for a dog.
So they had to like put it inside soft food and then
Put it
trick
in
him.
cheese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cheese. Cheese is always good. You could probably trick me into taking a pill of cheese too. And-
Or
One-
bread.
yeah.
One more question.
Let's see, Bonnie. Okay, I actually do have a question about Hanukkah. So you still have a holiday coming up, but you don't take any time off for that one.
No, it's actually it's really interesting. So
Yeah.
Hanukkah is really a holiday about religious freedom. So this year is particularly interesting with the Supreme Court and
Yeah.
that, but it's but no, I don't take time off for it. You're allowed to work on Hanukkah. There's a lot of holidays you can't work on, but you can work on Hanukkah. And so every night we light a candle and then you put it in the window so that everyone can see the candle. And it's pretty neat. It's a neat holiday. And my neighbor made me another menorah out of an old tree that was in my backyard.
Oh,
It's beautiful. I have to post a picture of it.
Well,
it's really
yeah.
lovely. This is the second year in a row that he comes over. He's like, I made you this menorah.
How thoughtful.
That's pretty cool.
It's amazing. I have great neighbors. I have the best neighbors in the whole world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you.
I do. Yep. I have the best neighbor in the
Yeah.
world.
That's
That's what happens when we let her go live, guys.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know that. I live right across the street from Mr. Ronnie Haskins.
That's correct.
That's how you got this job.
That's how I got this job.
Just like tagged along one morning.
What do you go do?
We have a story about Christy taking some people's chickens.
Oh,
Stop
yeah,
it.
that's true.
I'm kidding.
That does not need to be
On Facebook.
on any sort of video.
No, you rescued them.
Right.
Just rescuing chickens.
Chicken rescue.
Mhm.
All right, let's see if anybody had any comments. Well, it's okay. We don't have any right now, but you know what? We're going to keep working on this forever,
Okay.
consistent or non-existent. And you know what we're going to do next week? We're going to interview you as the
Oh
ops
my
manager.
gosh.
We're going to put you in the middle chair.
Why do you keep doing this to me?
And Bonnie over there, Bonnie's going to have a lot of questions.
I have really good
wow.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because nobody knows what the operations manager does at the
No.
dealership. But
Well, like that's the amazing thing that people don't know. Like the reason that things go smoothly once they've got the car is because of Christy.
Oh, thank you.
That's without you, it doesn't go so smoothly. There's
we'll
a lot
walk
of-
them through exactly. That's a good video, though.
Yeah,
So,
wow,
so we'll walk them
that's
through exactly what happens after the car sold.
Yeah, actually, that
All
would
the
be a
things
good
she's
video.
in charge of, what's
Yeah.
going on,
Mhm.
and how she keeps us all focused.
Yes, that's right. Christy
Okay.
also makes sure we clean the bathroom on a regular basis. So.
Yep, there's a calendar. I will not pay for
It's
people to do that.
true.
They do have. We set that goal for next year. So this many cars, we'll hire a bathroom cleaner.
Yep.
All right,
We're working
guys.
on that.
We're not going to embarrass
Oh.
ourselves anymore.
Right.
Thank you for joining us, and be prepared for next week when we interview our operations manager,
Oh,
Christy
wow.
Ekman.
It's gonna just blow the internet.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's going to break the internet.
There you go.
And
Break it.
if you like what we're putting out, please like it and share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys having a great day. Talk to you soon.